Now this shouldn't come as a surprise or a shock, but again, you and I are awake. We know to expect these things. We know why they're doing them. And in case anyone doesn't know why they're doing them, I'll tell you in just a second. What are you talking about? Social Security Administration to purchase 174,000 rounds of hollow point bullets. First, it was the Department of Homeland Security. Then it was the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And now the Social Security Administration is set to purchase 174,000 rounds of hollow point bullets that will be delivered to 41 locations across the country. A solicitation posted by the Social Security Administration asked for contractors to supply 174,000 of 357 SIG 125 grain bonded jacket hollow point pistol ammunition. An online ammunition retailer describes the bullets as suitable for, quote, peak performance, rivaling and sometimes surpassing handloads in many guns, noting that the ammo is great for personal defense. The synopsis to the solicitation adds that the ammunition is to be shipped out to 41 of the Social Security Administration's locations within 60 days of purchase. A separate spreadsheet lists those locations, which include the Social Security Administration headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, as well as major cities across the country, including LA, Detroit, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Denver, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Seattle. I don't need to read the rest of this. This is from Alex Jones. And the link he provides, it's true. As we already discussed, Department of Homeland Security. They don't get involved in wars. They're not part of the police. They don't go right. You don't see them driving up and down the street doing police functions. They're not doing even like FBI type of functions. So what are they doing? They're like this little force that's kind of on standby. I mean, really, that's all they do. They're like this little force, not quite so little, on standby for something. They've got all the law enforcement ability, federal government special privileges, guns, ammo, vehicles, the whole 9 yards. And recently, massive amounts of ammo were purchased. Why? I mean, well, we're about to go to war. But what the hell does that have to do with the Department of Homeland Security? They're not going to war. Actually, they are going to war. The question is, who's the enemy? It's you, bozo. Now, Social Security Administration gets 174,000 rounds of ammo. So I know some people out there scratching their heads. I don't know. Why are they... I mean, I have no idea. You really don't. You sure? Nothing's popped into your head yet as to why the Social Security... Did you see my previous video about unfunded liabilities? Did you see that? No? Okay. If you haven't seen it, you may want to go see it. Because Social Security payments are actually those very unfunded liabilities I was speaking about. One of many, but that's one of them. And that's a big one. So, if you're the government and you recognize we've been making promises from day one that we can't keep, all these people in our nation have been putting in this money in an alleged safe haven nest egg account that we called Social Security, and when you retire, it's there. It's your money. You put it in. We're not touching it. And we all know, it's obvious now, they even admit it, we have been touching it. Matter of fact, all of it, and we don't have any left. And furthermore, it's going away. Ooh, did J-Step 4 just throw that on you? It's going away. It may not be very, very soon, but it'll be soon enough. And if it goes away, how many people are going to say, I've been putting into Social Security for X number of years. I need that money now. I'm on the cusp of retiring. This is not fair. As well as even young bucks, or younger bucks like myself, and many other people. I got another, I'm 34 years old, man. I got all kinds of, I got twice as long to wait till I can retire practically. I've been putting in since, I've been working since I've been like 14, 15. Non-stop. Always had a job. That's a good amount of years of putting Social Security into the system, isn't it? I mean, even for me. So imagine, even though I don't want it, don't need it right this second, imagine even myself being told, or people like me in my situation, same, as me, being told, all that money you put in for the last 15, 20 years, whatever, yeah, it's gone. We can at least say, well, okay, it's gone. And you already know the response would be, contact my HR department tomorrow. No more Social Security. Oh, you can't do that? 1099 me. 1099 me. I'm now going to be a contractor to work for you. 1099 me. Matter of fact, you don't have to deal with workman's comp, all these other fees. 1099 me. I'll make sure I don't pay income tax or Social Security. And you know how many people out there, if this happens, would say, not only am I not paying any more Social Security because they just said it gets cut off and everything I put in is gone, and anybody retiring right now is getting nothing. Not only that, I'm not paying income tax anymore. I've had it. That's what you're going to hear people saying and doing. And I would applaud them, to tell you the truth. So when you see the Social Security Administration purchasing 174,000 rounds of hollow point bullets, again, perfect, that's what it's advertised as, a defense, very good defensive ammunition. The Social Security has as much business buying rounds of ammunition as I do trying to recite, the Bible or something. I couldn't dare recite it. Matter of fact, I don't think Pastor Dow could recite it from start to finish without having to look into it. And that man knows the Bible. Okay? But just as an example, what the hell are they doing buying hollow point ammunition? Unless, again, you're the government, you know what you're going to be doing in advance, you know you're going to be raping and pillaging the people in advance, you know you're going to be cutting their handouts and this and that in advance, you know these things, you don't dare talk about it. Everything on TV, no, everything's fine, your retirement's fine, everything's fine. And after the TV cameras are off, everything's not fine, we're getting ready to cut this crap off, Social Security's going out the window. At the very least, if they don't close down Social Security, your payments will shrivel. Again, watch my last video, Roman Empire, Unfunded Liabilities, the title. You better go watch it if you haven't seen it. It covers all of this, including how the same system back in Rome that I'm talking about right now is happening today, basically, got cut 2/3. All your retirees, pension, this and that, 2/3, have a nice day. So you know how upset people would be who just came to the realization, I cannot survive. I can't be a human being and live without this. As a matter of fact, I was getting highly pissed off at how little I can buy with the Social Security I get now. And now they're cutting it. I won't even be able to live. And you know what happens? I already went through this with you guys. Gerald Celente, quote, when people have nothing else left to lose, they snap and they lose it. You're going to see that happen if this takes place. And if you're on the receiving end of that, of massive amounts of even older people, it doesn't matter, they can still pick up a gun and kill you if they're that upset. And believe me, they're going to be that upset. You need a way to defend the Social Security office from mobs of people coming in, kicking the doors in, and wanting to kill you. Correct? You would need to have lots of ammunition ready to handle that. Correct? Yeah, I think so. Give me one good reason, aside from the reason I just gave you, as to why I think they bought this ammo, Social Security Administration. You give me a better reason. Go ahead. I'm all ears. I'll listen to you. If you can give me a better reason why, of all entities in the government, the Social Security Administration and multiple of its major locations, all of the major locations of the offices, which is of course where everyone's going to run to if there's a problem. Why are they shipping ammo to those locations? Probably, maybe they've got some extra room in a back warehouse room, something, and they just, it's for the federal government or something, maybe the military, and they just need to store it over there. Yeah, as if we don't have enough storage in military bases and other places that they could use. This is a telltale sign of something coming. Government always does things usually well in advance. So they could be doing this purchase now in advance of this thing hitting the fan, the Social Security payments system, whatever, hitting the fan in 3 or 4 years. They could be doing it now so that in 3 or 4 years you don't remember that they spent your tax-paying money to buy those things in equipment and bullets to use against you that you paid for in 3 to 4 years from now, and they might even kill some people with them. And then you can come to the conclusion that my government's shooting me, they stole from me, I'm trying to get revenge basically, I want my money. I don't even want revenge, I just want my money. I want what's right, I put into the system, give me, at the very least, give me back what I put in. And I'm being told no. People will snap and they're going to want to kill people. And then they're going to come to, and this is what would absolutely kick off a revolution to the next level. I mean, down here, boom, way up here. When people come to the realization that every force that's coming against them, police, military, bullets, expensive vehicles, expensive equipment, radio, technology, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars of technology being used and paid for in advance with your tax-paying money and possibly your Social Security money that you're missing now to fund that in advance to deal with you in the future. That's going to hit you up here and say, how much did all that cost? And you can easily come up with a figure. And then you realize, how much are we owed in Social Security? And then you'll come to another realization that they spent all that money on this equipment to fight me. And in the future, I had no clue back then. Now I know why it was bought at the massively expensive prices that the government always pays its contractors, of course, because that's part of the club. So they're going to get major top dollar for all the stuff they sell. So the contractors raped us by selling our government, thus us, taxpayers, bullets, bombs, equipment, at extremely high absorbent rates, just out of control rates. Again, they're part of the club. They get the contracts. They're allowed to keep that money. All the profits, theirs. And then the government had to spend that absorbent fee to get it, and then use it on you to keep you at bay for you coming in saying that money's mine. And it is. It's Social Security. It was written back then that this was a nest egg, and you guys have been raiding the coffers. However, in the end, you put yourself in that situation, you're about to retire, whatever, you are going to be so flippin' mad. You're going to be so furious. It won't matter if your best Democrat or your best Republican, whatever party bozo-ness you're on, is in the White House and is begging and pleading, all my fellow Republicans and fellow citizens, please don't do... You're going to look at him and be even more pissed off that you ever bought into that crap. Left, right, red, blue states, Democrat, Republican, when you have to deal with this. However, if you purchased a little bit of silver in advance of all this happening, just a nice little pile of silver, you could say, yeah, that really outrages me. I'm just beyond myself. I'm so pissed off that my Social Security just got destroyed. However, that's my angry face, you son of a gun government. What's silver and gold out today? How many ounces of silver do I have? No, are you serious? Let's recount it again. Oh my God, I've got a small fortune. On second thought, I'm not going to go join the people protesting and setting buildings on fire and shooting at police, shooting at government officials, shooting at politicians, shooting at the bankers. I'm going to stay in my house and be a good little citizen. I don't have to get involved because I listened to old J-Snip 4, got plenty of silver in advance of the big collapse and in advance of my retirement being destroyed. And yeah, it pisses me off. I'm very upset that that happened in my beloved freedom-fighting, top-of-the-world country, which was all a lie. And that lie will then finally hit them too. That the whole thing, their whole existence, their whole history, their whole knowledge of what they thought everything was around them was a damn lie. That just feeds the fire inside to really want to murder somebody when you snap. Trust me. So, I'm saving you from wanting to murder somebody. I'm saving you from wanting to hurt and kill somebody, even though they may rightfully deserve it at the top. And I have a way to preserve your sanity. Buy freaking physical silver and keep it in your possession. That's all you have to do. Take care.